Actually, the client needs a home away from home. The requirements came just after the COVID time. So as a tool, architecture as a tool, we just want to respond to the time. So he wants a home, but we proposed him, why just a home? Why can't you go for a space like an office come living unit? So many by the nearest city like Calicut and Manjeri can come and experience at least a day or an hourly basis, because the thought we came across that the hustle and bustle of the chaotic life of every day, people wants a time to rejuvenate or meditate themselves to get a quality in their work, creativity and all. So that is how it is happening. And this is the first time what the site is experiencing with the client, and it was quite good time. And the concept development time, we spent a quite a lot of time at the site to get maximum intimacy with the land. We don't want to disturb the ecosystem, and this is the plan how we arrived at. And you can see the conference room is little detached from the main area. We wanted to create a strong connection with the immediate surroundings. Also, we wanted to make sure that there is a 360-degree view throughout the area to get maximum experience for the conference or meeting, whatever the activities going over there. And we have put some decks areas here, and the deck is overlooking to the river. And also there is a bridge, and you can see the tree. It is a jackfruit tree, and we kept it as like it is same that. And we know that there is other deck area which has some lobby and office space and common toilet and all. We have given a little bit of deck area to make different activities. Someone can come and sit, and somebody can read books and sleep over there. So this is the first floor, and we kept the conference height is to get the maximum view to the river. So this is the first floor view. So one can come and experience the balcony looking to the river. And we don't want to raise many stuff inside because nature itself gives everything. So we kept the height of the building under the canopy, because the crisscross of the canopy gives us the sun break, so the space won't get heated during the daytime. We don't want to go for the mechanical energy. So the design process, what we actually wants to make the past of the area and the present, we want to make a dialogue for the future, consciously approaching that design. So we to make the construction process bit simple. We have reused some materials like all house roofs and some steels from the nearest warehouse, and we have reused. We have kept reduced the amount of cement on site, and this is the area. It also, we can in the future we can dismantle and to go to the I mean the future generation can also be do something in the same area. Oh, sorry. So these are the elements that we have used: vernacular form of gabled roof and some sort of uh, wood. And this is actually the conference room during the construction time. What is the reality? We kept the colors from the nature. These are the colors: wood and cement, and we don't want to feel it is very what from the row it is projecting to the line. So we kept the colors something we want to blend with the nature. Here in the lobby space, we have kept the color for the sofa is just want to emphasize the area. So we kept this contrasting color. For we didn't want to make anything on the wall. We kept a larger fenestration for the views. So the story is being in on the outside of the space. So this is the bedroom. We kept little decorations inside, so we can all the attention we want to make wanted in the nature. And this is the conference room. We can see that stem of the trees and the conference elements are the same. So we want that kind of intimacy in the design stage. And you can see the rock on there. So how the site features blending with the build environment. And this is maybe you can, in between the meet, you can just come out and take a breath, and you can spend a while time here, and you can walk a little, and maybe the transition, different layers of the space using, we were like looking at how we can enhance the space through the different layers of the space. We kept a floating bridge. The overlooking jackfruit branches are to the bridge. So when it touches our body, we feel like a transformation while we are experiencing it, and you can see the openness of the hall, which is like sorry.
Floor is open for the jury comments.
Okay. So I'm going to start off with a comment that comes more from a photographer's point of view than anything else, but I think in any jury or any competition is going to come up. Why was the plastic from the chairs not removed? Why is if you're making a presentation,
Yeah.
I mean, and this is just a suggestion.
Yeah.
If you're making a presentation and you're entering a project into a competition,
Yeah.
when you end up doing something like this, which quite often could be the result of your client not cooperating with you, and you having a bad day with the client, and you have to sneakily take some photographs and then run off, which also sometimes does happen for architects. But I just feel that when things like this happen, they just take away from your work in a large way, in that it shows like I don't know, like a hurried approach or careless approach. I mean, that's just feedback from the point of view of the presentation. I think a lot of what you're saying will come to light also maybe after 2-3 monsoons when the plants actually
Actually that's our idea too. We are open
grown
to the outdoor, so we want to experience the season from inside.
Yeah, it'll take a while, like a couple, as I said, 2 or 3 monsoons, and then what you're saying one would actually be able to experience. Yes, sir?
So when you showed the initial 2-3 slides of the green and the driveway, and this was a project in workplace small category, my mind started really imagining a space that I would love to work out of. And unfortunately, when you started showing the pictures, which are clearly not taken professionally, but okay, leave that aside, it did not do justice to what I was imagining really as a workplace. Because workplace, maybe it's not in the right category, or because this will not qualify really as a workplace, because besides that conference slash dining space, I might call it a dining space, or I might call it a conference space, there is no other complexity of a project that we require to see in a category, or in this category when we are looking at workplace small, where there would be a certain more complexity of a program that's put together, or how are the workstations coming together, or that's what we kind of would like to see in a workplace. Or even if it's a single person office that you're looking at, there are other things that program of a commercial workplace requires.
Okay.
So I'm not sure whether this project would really necessarily completely work as a workplace.
Actually, there can many activities can come across, like artists can come, and little workshops can work. And actually, we wanted to make a space that to meditate ourselves for a while. Like
then I would expect a very much more flexible space where the whole conference table can be dismantled, moved aside, and suddenly a yoga retreat can happen in that space, or something.
So that's why we kept that balcony looking.
No, but that only thing workplace that you have shown in your pictures was that conference room.
Yeah.
which is absolutely not flexible at all for all the different kind of things that you're mentioning.
Okay.
So if I have to look at it like that, I need flexibility. Then my furniture has to
So
respond
that was
to
the
that.
idea. We just kept the two zones separately. So one can sit on the deck and experience, one can sleep, and we wanted that flexibility on the working
That's not
life.
flexible in my
I mean-
opinion. I mean, that is how one
Sorry.
conducts through the day in a place like this. But that's not termed as
Okay.
flexible,
Okay.
because even if I look at that bedroom, and even if I forget for a moment that this is a workplace category, even then I feel that there could be so much more happening in a site like this, in a context like this. It can be as simple as the materials you have used, but it can definitely be a little more in terms of attention to detail or attention to the program or flexibility, especially in a place like this where you want the client to use. He came to you for a house, but you said you wanted to add more. Then you have to go that extra mile and add something really more, which can be beyond just a dining/conference, in my opinion. So I think
And actually, this
it
made
could
a
have
quite
been really wonderful kind of a project where, because it is a good suggestion. I think you convinced your client to do something beyond a home, which is good. As an architect. We should educate the client and go extra mile. But then in terms of design, it needed to do that too. So I think there's a lot more potential. It's a very good attempt. I won't take that
And
away.
also
But
we have just engaged 2-3 families around, so they can serve the local food, seasonal food. So there is a little bit of financial. The future of Kerala is tourism, definitely. So we were like exploring the unexplored space. This small design made a little magic in our practice.
no, sure. So intent is very good.
Yeah.
I'm not even taking that this much away from you. But
Okay.
in terms of design, it can go
Yes,
further,
definitely.
for
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, I think initially when you started explaining the context and the way you wanted to tie it, there was a lot of promise in the project. I think where it is missed out, if we need to mark out, is the sensitivity in terms of like your certain casualness which has come in terms of putting certain elements like a wall, a short wall, and then a glass panel. So you're talking about a site where it's just about extending the continuity of the floor.
Yeah.
Somewhere you feel you kill that by a small.
So that's why we kept the two boxes. So the circulation is different levels on the floor. One is like a wooden deck, and again the soil, then the deck, so the rock. So that's how the space goes.
So that's fine. But when you're inside the space, how the inside kind of connects to the outside. So when you draw this line of your floor line or your plinth line, there is
so one can slide the doors, and you can experience sunlight the evening time and the noon time.
You should look at works of Kumar, who works a lot on projects like this, where
Thank you.
it just disappears. No? All these details just disappears in space.
Yeah, attention to
and
that.
I think furniture-wise, Andrew was talking about the cover in it. I'm even questioning the choice of furniture. Probably have you done like a custom designed simple furniture?
Yeah.
Maybe it was not sitting well. It felt too large for a space like that. So the proportion somehow he felt has gone. Good start, but I think you need to slowly become sensitive to handling. So start understanding works of architects, understand how their sections work. What is the meaning that section or the line means in space?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.